Just 2 short months ago, I drank ayahuasca for the very first time, and my life has radically and rapidly changed, and I will never be the same. Trip on Astrid. What's up, guys? It's Astrid, and wow, it feels really good to be back. I have not filmed or posted a video in a very long time, and maybe after watching this, you'll understand why I was MIA. I know it's embarrassing. I was gone for almost a year, but it's best not to speak until you have something to say, you know? As I said in the intro, I recently had my first ever ayahuasca experience, and I'm not going to pretend to be some kind of enlightened master or a guru, nor am I going to preach at you or anything like that. But with that in mind, I have had a powerful, transformative experience, and I want to share some of my personal thoughts and feelings with you. The title of this video is that I drank ayahuasca for the first time and everything changed. My entire life, very dramatic, very clickbaity, I know, but it's true. And I think that ayahuasca just sped up the changes that were already occurring in my life. Some things that I was procrastinating on, that I wasn't willing to change, but I knew that I needed to. She just came into my life and kind of forced my hand. And I'm so grateful for it because literally every aspect of my life has shifted in some capacity. Relationships, how I make money, where I live, what I feel called to do in the world, how I'm gonna show up on YouTube. Literally everything is changing, and it was all stuff that needed to change, but I was fucking scared to do it. Grandmother ayahuasca gave me the courage. I recently ended a 6-year relationship. I moved out of the home that I shared with the man that I was engaged to. I am transitioning out of one career and building a new business for myself, being in service to others. All of these new opportunities are coming into my field. It's insane. Everything has changed. Prior to going to ceremony, I had this idea that I wanted to film before ceremony, and I was never intending to film while I was there. That's not even allowed, and I wouldn't have done that anyway because it's a sacred container. But I was thinking I was gonna film before and film as soon as I got home right after. But during ceremony, I was deeply, deeply humbled, and I was shown how that would be foolish and not in integrity, and that I really needed to just be with myself and be with this process and integrate and embody the things that I was learning and take my time to really think about this. And I also needed to take time to implement massive changes. Prior to ceremony, I really felt like I was in a death portal, like everything in my life was beginning to die. It's like I was dragging a dead horse around. There was all this dead weight, all of these things that weren't serving me, and I was just holding on for dear life, even though I knew I needed to let go. And now, after working with this medicine, I have let go and I feel so much lighter. I feel free. I sacrificed one life for another, and I believe that the life that I'm choosing and the path that I'm on now is going to be that much more fulfilling, that much more aligned, and just worlds better. When I was at ceremony, the medicine man that was serving us actually pulled oracle cards for every participant there, and I received the card, the sacrifice. And that's literally what I did while I was there. I sacrificed my identity. I sacrificed some unhealthy aspects of my ego. You never want to sacrifice all of your ego anyway. Our ego's our friend, but that's another tangent that I'm not going to go on right now. And I received so much clarity. That clarity wouldn't have come without those sacrifices. I even physically sacrificed by purging into the bucket so much while I was there, and that's a part of it. Some of this density lives in our body, and these emotions and these energies and these traumas get stored in the tissues. The issues are in the tissues, and I moved a lot of it out while I was there. Purging, bucket in my lap, crying, throwing up. Yeah, it was intense. Keep in mind that I am still integrating and doing my best to not try to force it and not try to make sense of it, because I don't really think that you can make sense of an experience like this. But I'm just observing. I feel this sense of clarity and devotion that I did not have before. I feel very clear about the path that I'm walking. Every step of the way is not obvious to me, but I'm trusting that each step that I take is leading me in the right direction and that I'm protected and guided. And yeah, I just feel myself blossoming and blooming in a way that I didn't and I was not capable of prior to this experience. This process is still unfolding. The medicine is still working with me. I'm still learning. Keep in mind, my experience is my own. It doesn't mean that everyone feels this way after ceremony. It doesn't mean that you would feel this way after ceremony, but this is how I feel. And this is just how I feel today. I might feel differently in 6 months or a year. I don't know. I don't know how I'm gonna view this medicine experience after more time to digest it. I did post a little bit about this on Instagram right after ceremony, shortly after. And since then, I have received a lot of questions and comments, people asking about if they should sit with ayahuasca, if they should work with plant medicines, how to obtain these medicines, where to go, all of that. And I just want to say that no one can tell you if you should work with a specific psychedelic plant medicine. No one can tell you that. I can't tell you that. Only you can discern if this is an experience that's for you. If you are called to work with this medicine, you will know. Please use a lot of discernment about where you go to do this and who you trust to serve you this medicine and care for you during the process. Please do a lot of research. Watch documentaries, read books, ask other people about their experiences. Hop on YouTube and see what other people are saying. Research the different retreat centers and the different medicine people. Please do your research. There are people that get harmed and get hurt in certain settings when working with this medicine with the wrong people. I don't want that to happen to you because we're homies, we're friends. I want to make sure you're safe. So please watch documentaries, read books, listen to podcasts, ask people about it, get online, Google some things. Even Netflix has documentaries about ayahuasca now. When I first heard about this medicine, it was 10 years ago, and I had a lot harder time finding anything out about this and finding people who had done it and finding resources. And I waited a long time before ever making the decision to work with this medicine. I have only been working with plant medicines for 5 years, but I started learning about them 10 years ago. And ayahuasca is something that I just did. And that leads me to my next point. If you are curious about ayahuasca, but you've never worked with any other plant medicine, then you might want to start with mushrooms first or something else. And still, you have to be very safe and mindful, but maybe a little microdose protocol would be a good place to start. Maybe just trying breath work even. There are many ways to be a psychonaut, and taking substances is not the only way to explore or expand your consciousness. Let's say that you already know that you feel called to work with ayahuasca and you've done your research, you've looked into the contraindications, you've maybe had some other entheogenic experiences, and you feel ready. Maybe you've even found the retreat center or the medicine person or shaman that you want to go to. Make sure that you ask that person a lot of questions. Ask them about what the ceremony structure looks like. Ask them how long they've been serving the medicine, who taught them, where they get the medicine from. Ask if anyone's ever been hurt or injured in their ceremonies. Ask what the dangers are, what the risks are. Do your due diligence. Ask other people about their experiences. Ask them for references. Ask who is going to be assisting them during the ceremony, because it's typically not just one medicine person. Often there will be helpers and guardians there that will be working with you too, and it's good to know who those people are and what you can expect. I personally spent a couple hours with the person that was going to serve me medicine before I decided to sit in ceremony with them. And I continue to talk to them up until ceremony, asking various questions. I really wanted to make sure that I felt safe and that I was making the right decision. I also spent like 10 years learning about ayahuasca before I ever decided to drink it or go to a ceremony, before I found the one that felt like a fuck yes. This is a scenario where you should only accept green flags. If there are even any little red, pink flags that are kind of alarms in your mind telling you that this isn't the right person or this isn't the right center, or you just don't feel safe or you're not sure, don't do it. Wait until you find the person that feels like a fuck yes, that you feel safe with, that gives you all green flags, that answers your questions, that really is in integrity, and it's not worth the risk to go and sit with someone that does not feel right. I also want to say that I had a lot of experience working with other medicines before I chose to work with ayahuasca. I'd been working with psilocybin, I had experience with LSD, as well as DMT, NN-DMT specifically. I feel like that really helped me. I feel like having a microdose protocol, having some larger dose, macro dose experiences on my own with friends or with people that I trusted, that was really crucial for me. And I felt prepared, and it wasn't like I was diving into the deep end. I'd already swam in the shallow end a little bit before going into the deep end. I'm really open to doing a Q&A about ayahuasca or about entheogens in general. So if you have any questions, please let me know in the comments. I'm not an expert, but I'm down to share my own personal experiences, my own personal opinions, and maybe I'll even have someone who is an expert come on and answer some questions too. I think that could be really fun, and I kind of feel like the direction my channel is headed in is going to be more podcast style, but you never know, I might mix it up. If you like this style of video and you like this message of being intentional with plant medicines and allowing them to be a catalyst for transformation in your life, then please share this with your friends, like, comment, subscribe, and let me know you're feeling it, because that will let me know that I should keep creating content for you. I'm going to anyway, whether you like it or not, but you know what I mean. All right, I think that's enough for me for today, and I will share more when I feel called. I will be back soon. I love you so much, and peace out.